and this station.
Hello, I'm Charlie Stone, back with the latest news from Honda of Lincoln. Joining me now is the general manager, Andy Goodyear. Hey, Andy, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Charlie.
Hey, Andy, with spring right around the corner, how is your supply of new Hondas and pre-owned vehicles?
Really good, Charlie. As I've said before, when you drive by our lot, you don't see what you're looking for, just remember we have hundreds of new Hondas arriving soon, with Honda continuing to offer 0.9% APR financing to qualified buyers. Plus, we have over 125 pre-owned vehicles in stock and ready for immediate delivery.
That's great, Andy. Any more great news?
There is, Charlie. Honda just announced financing from 0.99% APR on certified pre-owned Hondas for qualified buyers.
So come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Coming at you live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios. This is Old School, brought to you by Sandhills Global. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score!
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome, everybody. It's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. We'll take you through the next 2 hours with Jay Foreman, the next 90 minutes with Jay Foreman. Rico's not here. He's getting his mouth worked on. And Mark Einweiler is here running the board. 402-464-5685. Sutter Heyman text line, Honda Lincoln hotline. You can follow the video stream, Sutter Heyman's video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. You can add to the conversation. Hit us with a WhatsApp, and we'll have a conversation. Mark, first of all, welcome to the party. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for letting me in the party.
Well, you know, we told you are a black girl dad, so you get extra consideration anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I did nothing to earn that, but I'll take it.
Actually,
I'll take it.
You did. Actually, you did. JJ.
Yeah, you stepped up to the plate, but it's not only that. You got street cred for me for when you wear your Air Monarchs. So for you people out there don't know what Air Monarchs are, those are the grilling shoes. If you go
grilling shoes of kings.
If you go to somebody's house and he says, "Hey, I'm gonna fire up the grill," and he's wearing Air Monarchs, just sit back and relax. Unbuckle your belt one hole, knowing that you're going to be fed well and taken care of. So the story goes like this. And Mark didn't even know that I saw it. That I don't know what day it was. It had to be Monday, right? Because today's Wednesday.
I'm sure. Yeah,
it was Monday. So I think I might have been leaving, or Mark was going to his office, and I just got stopped in my tracks because once you see every time I see somebody with Air Monarchs, and mostly, you know, I see I guess per capita, or highest percentage of people with Air Monarchs is either at Sam's or Costco because they're going to buy some meat.
Sure.
So then
large quantities
that
and they're going to be on their feet for a long time,
right,
because they're going to check every single cut.
Every single cut. So Mark was going in his office, and I got stopped in my tracks. I was like, dang, Mark got some Air Monarchs. I already knew he seasoned his meat. Now I know he can grill. So he already passed the street cred with me. He was in there.
He was in. Plus, I mean, Mark's not only going to season the meat, but he's also going to bring cookies or he's going to bring sweets.
Mark is a little on a different level because generally people that can grill aren't very good at like baking. You know what I'm saying? At least
that's usually the line, especially
right?
in Black World, because the moms and the aunties
you're right.
will handle.
And plus, if you're a grill guy, that's you, right? But Mark got crossover appeal.
Oh yeah.
And the third thing is, he's got that voice where he could, he could be next thing on one of those animation movies.
We could get a little Luther out of Mark.
Whoa, he's like Kevin. That's a different level. I don't think that's what he's saying.
He's Kevin McDonald.
No, I think Mark would be grilling, and somebody would hit the box, and some Luther would come on, and Mark would recognize that he knows more of the song than he thought he did.
Oh yeah.
And then Mark would start to say,
"You're giving him way too much credit. Way too much credit."
Is it Kevin McDonald? I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
That's Mark.
Yeah. Some
Yeah.
Doobie Brothers.
Yeah.
Right.
He just pulls
That's
up. in a
closer.
set-
That's
he
closer.
pulling up to a set down at say like let's just say Barry's or something like that, and they got a like karaoke, and Mark comes in there just with the hit my music, and he has his little instrument with it, and just turns the place out. Karaoke's over. Mark's rolling.
Well, Adele would come on, and the sisters would start singing, and Mark would just kind of slowly flow into
Yeah.
it. And like,
Ease on over next.
yeah,
to him.
like Mark's like, hold on, let me hit you with this right here.
Yeah, I could see him. I could see him at Frederick Baptist Church down
Right.
there on the Old
Right.
Saint Street in Frederick, Maryland,
Right.
in the choir.
Right.
The 2-hour Sunday service that my grandma used to always make me go to.
So from the text line, so Joe Davis has just said, challenge accepted. Mark versus the Davises, grill off and bake off.
Dang.
Look. I don't know why we got to get competitive about
Right.
this.
Yeah, 'cause-
Like this
'cause it's
is
Joe
this is-
Davis. 'Cause
everybody wins in this
Because
situation,
it's
right?
Joe Davis. I mean,
Joe,
Joe.
we need to hype this up then, because everybody wins and everybody eats. That's
Well,
right.
that's right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, the Davises came and showed out here in the parking lot.
Yeah,
like they tore the parking lot up.
I'm not getting into fights that I know I'm gonna lose.
Well, I'm going to egg it on because it means that both of you grill and cook, and so everybody here at the station is going to have a great week.
we got to get Jay in on this though,
Oh,
right? Because
absolutely.
I keep hearing about Jay's skills.
Yeah, I'll get in there and throw
See?
some ribs or something.
See, well, look, we're in that. We're approaching May and June,
Mhm.
which is that time where we can do that,
Yeah,
and so we'll work on a time.
get more daylight.
Yeah, because it's the Davises. Look, man, she made biscuits and gravy, and I was all in. Like I was stunned.
That's the challenge, by the way.
That biscuit and gravy was off the chain.
That's a challenge I would take though, because I think I make some really good biscuits and gravy.
Oh, see, he just stepped up again.
That quick.
He just stepped
Well,
up.
now we're
again.
talking baking.
Right?
and I'm interested.
So I think that's all fair. I think that's all good. Tomorrow, speaking of stepping up, so of course the folks from Heavenly Waffles will be here tomorrow at 9:00, and you still haven't eaten.
I haven't.
Sweet.
I had to run out when they were here Sunday. I got here too late last night for them. Haven't tried them yet.
Man, I know the volleyball girls went home and went to sleep last night. They went to sleep.
A heavenly slumber is what you're saying.
Because Chef Bob came in and Jay, he put it down. Like he gave them, first of all, he made the sandwich. He made a chicken and waffle sandwich.
Mhm.
And I was like, wait a minute. This is different.
Right.
Then he hit the the churro waffle.
Yeah, y'all were doing too much.
Look,
Y'all doing too much, man.
I took one bite with my fork,
And that was it.
and I immediately dropped the fork and made it like a man waffle and just
Yeah,
ate it.
yeah. You know what's crazy is that growing up, we all mainly had pancakes. That was like
Yeah.
Sunday, or like my dad would or mom would be like, say like we'd have our little league basketball or football, but Sunday it'd be like our deal, like say I play good, they'd be like, oh, what do you want? I want some pancakes.
Yeah.
So I never really got into waffles, but I will say this: once you have a serious waffle, it changes your mind. I took home the ones that you gave me. It was cornbread waffles. Yo, I told him the next day. Yo, they are off the charts, man. So
You ain't the
listen
one.
here, all you businesses and people out there, order up. I think they were on last night.
They were on last
listen,
night.
Heavenly Waffles. It was at heavenlywaffles.com,
Uh-huh.
right?
It's-
Order up. I know I'm gonna put my order in. I mean, that's something you actually would give as a gift. Here, let me bless you with some waffles.
It
Because
really
kids
was.
love waffles.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And the thing is, they are, according, they said they're healthier, but they're filling too. So, like say like if you're, I got 4 kids, you know what I mean? So when you're trying to, make breakfast for 4 knuckleheads, instead of making like 8, generic Eggo waffles or whatever, if you make 4 of these, they'll be good, because they taste so it's rich, but it's not like you never feel like weighed down.
No.
Like when I I ate it that morning, I didn't feel like I had the itis
Right, and go back to sleep.
and go back to
immediately.
sleep.
Yeah, so he left some for tomorrow, so he wouldn't have to bring it.
Because Strick's I heard Strick.
Yeah, I'll fly
Strick
in.
said, well, what's the difference between your waffle and an Eggo? It did, right? then you could see Strick would start thinking about it. The wheels start turning. And he asked him if he was going to be here tomorrow, and Strick was like, "Nah." He's like, "But I'm gonna leave you something." Yeah. So Strick's gonna get blessed.
Yeah, it's look, man, it's a different deal.
Yeah, Strick coming in for this
Strick's
basketball
coming-
tournament.
Strick's
I think
coming
here we're
in.
playing in this weekend.
Yeah,
So we gotta get
He'll
down.
be at the Mercado on Friday.
Friday, yeah.
So he'll get some of that and then go. So Strick's gonna eat this weekend because he's gonna get Heavenly Waffles and Mercado.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Hey, Strick gonna be that dude. Gonna be trying to take it back on the plane.
Well, they'll give him I'll talk to Chef Bob. They'll give him a bag. Like there's a kit you can use that you can make. And so there's
You have people out there buying waffle makers and all types of stuff.
Oh, it's crazy. Like I don't know how he got to the combination of stuff that he puts together. But it's that thing where he goes, okay, well, I decided to put this with this. And instead of just regular flour, I'm using dry yogurt. And
I've made many combinations of waffles, many recipes, like searching for that holy grail of the perfect waffle, right? And I've never come close. So I'm really curious to try these, but I've never seen. Is there?
There's 2 in the back.
Okay,
for that very reason. So
good to know.
Yeah, well, it was.
I got to beat Gus to him, but
right to take the bite and have at it.
Because like I said, I've looked at many recipes. I've never seen anything with the Greek yogurt, with the club soda, like he's putting in it. Like
you can mix it anything
crazy.
That's carbonated. You can make the waffles and it beer. Whatever. Yeah, well, he said beer, champagne, like he can do all of it. And I just went, you are a mad scientist, because who thinks of putting champagne in the waffle? And he goes, no, it's the perfect mixture. And I went, oh man. And then all the other stuff, like again, I grew up on Eggos, and
I love a good Eggo.
My grandmother would make waffles, but that was, as Jay said, that's after I had a great weekend. You had a great sports weekend. She's like, baby, come on around here. I'll make something for you, what you want. And I'm like, whatever you will make, I'm going to love. And I'd walk in the grandma's house, and that smell of that's love. So I walk in here yesterday, 5 o'clock, and they're already setting up, and they've got the whole station smelling like grandma's kitchen. And I'm like, oh boy, this is a problem. This is a problem. So I
the best
ate,
kind of problem.
Yeah, and I ate, and that might be why I went to sleep at 9 o'clock last night. 10 o'clock last night. I was exhausted. It's that kind of day. So we'll get through. Lots to talk about today, and I do want to dive into the thing that Sipple was talking about. And he said he used the word trust, and said that there's certain players that he trusts. And I'm not. Jay, I'll ask you. For the first segment, I think we could start with players that we trust.
Right.
And then at 9 o'clock, get into the coaches that we trust. Because I think it'll tell us a story. It'll tell us a tale of where we are with this program. And so text line, I'll ask you, what players on the current Nebraska football roster do you absolutely trust? You know what you're going to get. You feel like it's above, at the level that you need for it to be. So you want it to be at Big Ten West champion level, right? Is that fair? That in order for you to trust them, they're going to have to perform at a Big Ten West champion level. So being competitive, more competitive than Wisconsin, Northwestern, et cetera. Right, top of that.
Yeah.
So, and Craig jumped in right away and said none and none. Like he didn't even wait. Like he didn't even wait for me to finish. So Jay, quarterback position, is there trust?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think from all the reports that Casey.
Well, it's your trust. It's your personal.
Oh, I trust. I think.
Right?
I mean, listen, I can only go off what I saw last year when he was at Texas. I trust him that he can play the position of quarterback, pitch and catch, get you in and out of plays, kind of keep drives extended. I think and I said this before, I think he's more athletic than people give him credit for, because he actually, he passed for legitimate yards. When you throw for 500 yards and actually dropping back and throwing the ball, not 500 yards, read option and you're running wide, you know what I mean? Where you're actually, going say like 21 or 28 for 450 and all that, you're thought of like it just puts you in a passer only. I think he's he's not obviously on Adrian's level as far as like, running ability, which I think Adrian was in that sense probably the most dynamic in the nation.
Pretty elite.
Elite. And so that's hard to compare, but I trust that he can play quarterback. I trust that they will develop guys behind them. Just if there's an injury or say like a little bit of a downturn in play. And the reason why I say that is because, watching the spring game, I saw, thought Logan Smothers did okay. And then for Purdy only having 2 practices, I think they said, I don't know, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong.
It was 2.
He didn't look like he only practiced 2 plays. And so with that, I'll even take it furthermore. The reason why I trusted that Casey or whoever's going to be the quarterback is because it lets me know that they develop other ones. So they're going to develop the quarterback that's there up to this point. Now, the trust comes from what you see over in Ireland in a week-by-week basis. Trust comes from me, or for at least in my opinion, or what I've experienced, is somebody that you can count on, right? You want to be able to count on.
You know what you're getting.
Like, so here's their example. Here's their example. So everybody that was on our great defenses weren't all Big 8 or Big 12, but they were all Big 8 and Big 12 in their roles, right? But where's what we trusted? We trusted Grant Wistrom, Jason Peter, Mike Brown, Mike Minner, Ralph Brown, Tyrone Williams, like Mike Rucker, Jared Tomich, and all these guys, the guys that, so I'll just say we trusted like our superstars on defense, Grant Wistrom, Jason Peter, let's just say Mike Brown, right? Is the guys,
that is such a picture you just painted.
Right. So levels
of trust.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. So you knew who they were, right? And say Ralph too, or whatever. And I'm not going to talk about myself, but just those guys, or at least I trusted them, right? So I knew Jason Peter and Grant Wistrom, 1st-round picks, all American players, winning trophies, and all this other stuff in the history books of, if not the best, one of the best at their position. So when we rolled up the first game, or the second, against Washington, I trusted and knew that they were going to make plays. When we went against Tennessee and we had to finish this thing off, I knew that that's the word of trust. And then they trusted, like the young Steve Warren to play his role, Jason Wilson to play his role, Chad Kelsey and Mike Rucker to kind of be a combined of an all Big 12 type of player. He trusted, me, Tony Ortiz, Octavius McFarland, Eric, whoever is at Warfield there back there, and then, so forth and so on. So then when you show up, then that's what allows, in this case, the Trey Palmers and everybody else to do their job, because when they're rolling out there, they know if I get open on 3rd and 5, that ball is going to be there. You get what I'm saying? And the coaches, but it goes both ways, because trust is a unique thing, is because, coaching club basketball and club sports, I always tell the kids, like, as you get older, me and you are going to communicate now, right? Because one, it's something that I think you need to learn as you go to high school, whether you got to advocate for yourself or find out what you need to do better, or just be able to communicate with an adult. But the trust has to be there. If I say I want Mark to do this, or you're not doing this, but this is how, if you want more playing time, this is what you need to do. You need to be a little bit more detailed. If we're running a matchup zone or talking about communication on defense and you're not doing it, well, if you improve on it, then you're going to play. That's where he's going to trust me. But I got to trust him that he's going to come and work on it, right? And so trust just kind of hits all different types of areas, and then that's what you see on the field, and that's a hard thing to do if you're not truly in tune to it, because getting DP that's from a different socioeconomic background than, say, Mark, say like, you're from Nebraska and you're from Houston, Texas, I just know from living down there, the way I have to earn DP's trust is different than I have to earn your trust, because he was coached different, brought up different. You were coached different, brought up different. Your idea of trust is different than his, but it's still trust. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, coaching a lot of times is at this day and age, especially with the way kids take score, they're a little bit more sensitive. I think it's like 70% relationship.
I don't disagree.
And that might be understating because the X's and O's and stuff like that. But again, it goes to the relationship. Do you trust what I'm teaching you is not only the best for you, but the best for the team? And the way I'm communicating with you will kind of help that trust and that you're getting along in the process and improving.
We talked about that last night with the volleyball girls. We talked about how they prefer to be coached, and it was really interesting to hear Lexi and Allie kind of go through how they like to be coached. And Lexi's comments were pretty eye-opening in that she needed it to be attached to an end game goal, not coaching for the sake of, hey, you got to do better, but hey, we need you to get to this spot when this thing happens.
Right.
Can you do this? She was pretty exceptional. Allie went into it because, again, she's from a family of athletes, and so she processes differently. The Texas girl versus the Illinois girl, It's exactly what you're talking about, and it's pretty exceptional. We'll throw it to break. We'll come back. I think we can ask Mark what's up. I think Mark will be able to give us something to go through. A little something to go through. And then at 9 o'clock, we'll get back to the matter of trust because we need to know, can we trust Husker football?
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Now's the time to schedule your air conditioner service check with Bryant. Make sure it's ready to keep you cool and comfortable when you really need it. Call Bryant Air Conditioning and Heating, 467-1111.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Winds will still be rather breezy today from the south, gusting over 25, but we should top out near 80 with increasing cloud cover this afternoon. We'll see a chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms late tonight towards tomorrow morning, below 58. That lingering chance of showers and storms tomorrow, cooler with a high of 72. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Brats, check. Chips, check. Tickets. I love tailgating, but this year I actually wanted to be in the stadium. Season tickets just weren't in my budget. Then I found a way. A research study at Solarion. I searched the studies and found a perfect match for me. I earned cash for the study and bought those season tickets. Plus, I made an impact on medical research. Find a study and sign up today at helpresearch.com.
You should consider the risks of the research before you agree to participate.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Yo, it's the captain, Rashawn Jackson. Join me this Wednesday at Wingstop at 28th and Superior from 11 to 2 for Husker Sports Talk and, most importantly, wings. That's Wednesday at Wingstop at 28th and Superior, the official sponsor of the captain. Order wings ahead at wingstop.com. See you there.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you need to sell equipment and trucks, Ritchie Brothers' new Lincoln Storage Yard lets you free up space at your property and get local access to all Ritchie Brothers auctions. Drop your equipment off and sell it online at any Ritchie Brothers auction, Iron Planet, or via Marketplace E. The yard is at 8801 Highway 6 in Lincoln. It's secure and makes for easy in-person buyer inspections and pickup. Take advantage of this yard to sell at Ritchie Brothers Great Plains Regional Auction on June 16th. For details, visit rbauction.com/Lincoln.
Husker fans, continue to support the Nebraska softball team during Fan Appreciation Weekend, May 6th through the 8th. The team hosts Indiana in a 3-game series with giveaways each day. On Friday, the first 500 fans receive a water bottle. Come out Saturday and be one of the first 500 fans to receive a blanket. And on Sunday, if you're one of the first 500 fans, you'll get a pint glass. Saturday's game is also Senior Day and is free admission for everyone. For more information, visit Huskers.com. Get your single game tickets now at Huskers.com/tickets or call 1-800-8-BIG-RED. The Home Builders Association of Lincoln and Bombers Garage are proud to sponsor this year's Cruisin' for the Trades car show on May 1st. It's the first major car show of the season, and they have 20 plus big trophies for muscle cars, old cars, classics, trucks and bikes, EVs, and anything in between. Register your car today at hbal.org and enter into as many categories as you wish for the show at SCC's campus at 88th and O. Proceeds from the event go to the Lincoln Home Builders Care Foundation to support careers in construction. Register today at hbal.org.
Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back, Old School on a Wednesday. No Rico today. Mark Onweiler runs the board. And so
Rico sick?
He went to the dentist.
You got a young mouth.
Yeah, he went through. Well, look, I'm all for people who go to dentists.
Yeah.
So that they don't do harm to the rest of us.
Don't have that morning dragon?
Well, because how you see people from a distance and you see the teeth are like a broken gate. And that if you get close.
Some are teeth, some are here, some are there.
And you get up close and you go, oh. You announced your presence with authority.
Yeah.
I don't think you're talking about anybody here.
No.
I don't think you are.
No.
Just trying to figure out if there's some subtext there.
No.
Just checking.
This is just for folks around, every now and then you run into people and you go, wow, you, hello.
They say hello right back.
Right? Like they say hello and you go, wow, I was not expecting you to get here before you got here. You got here early. This is calm down. No, but those people. Like the joke, the song, like
come on, man.
When you meet people, like you certain people that you're happy they had to wear a mask for a while. Because they are getting to know themselves for the very first time. They're like, what is the smell in this mask? Oh my, that's me.
They start stocking up on the Altoids.
Right? Like it's like that's me. And I was like, oh, so that's why I go to dinner. I'm like, hey, go ahead and clean it up, man.
Yeah.
Clean it up, man. Help me out. I don't want to be that dude. So all right, Mark, it's time in the morning for you to let us know what's up.
Woke up this morning and I got out of bed. Had a big old cup of coffee to clear my head. Telephone rang and you wanna chat? Well, sit on down and tell me what up with that.
Jay, for you, I'm going short version.
I appreciate
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, with Rico gone, I figured we'd go easy.
I was seeing if you're gonna be like Rico and do the extended version.
No, and I didn't dance because I
Yeah.
figured I'd get my invite revoked. So
Yeah.
I figured we better not.
No, we've already seen you dance.
I know you have, but I don't remember it, so it doesn't count.
No, Mark set the company standard for the number of dances you do during a wedding.
I heard about that.
The answer is all of them.
All of them. It's just like all of them. Every song. Like Jay, it was a different dance for every song.
He got the playlist before he got the
right.
Yeah.
He knew what video,
Yeah.
like how they did it back in
Yeah.
the video day. Yeah, that was Mark. All right, Mark, what's up, man?
What's up with gullible folks believing everything they see on the internet? And I have a specific example here. Did you see that video going around of the moon over the North Pole yesterday?
Yeah,
I saw it. Yeah.
Guys, there was water in that video. There was land in that video. I don't know if you've ever been to the North Pole. I haven't, but I've seen lots of pictures. You know what there's not? Running water.
Yeah.
Land
Yeah.
at all. Just snow and ice. People are dumb, and yet you every quote tweet said something along the lines of, wow, nature's amazing. Nature undefeated.
Right. A moon
Stupid.
moving that fast.
Yeah,
in 30
right,
seconds.
right. And somehow we'd never seen video of it before.
Right.
That was never captured before this person with their cell phone at the North Pole.
Right.
That one person.
That one person.
On April 26th.
That one person. That one person.
Took till 2022, but we saw it finally.
Have we accepted the fact that most people on social media don't know how to use the computer or the device that they're on? Like they don't know how to go, hey, is there water here?
Right. They know how to fire off a tweet.
Right. Hey, is this real? Hey, Google.
Hey, Siri, show me the North Pole.
Right. Like we just like it's constant. It is constant. Like, wait a minute, is this really happening? No, bro, that really didn't happen. That really didn't.
There was
happen.
grass in that video. Grass.
Yeah, there was a brown person wearing a skirt.
Palm trees.
Yeah,
coconuts.
like
I wonder how many tweets the original, I guess, filmmaker got.
Great question. I
that's
mean, it was to the point where I was getting, Twitter trends saying, no, that video is not real.
Oh,
it's very like Twitter had to come out and let you know, stop sharing this.
And people get mad when Twitter says, "Hey, no, that's not a thing." So this is the guy. So the guy, the first one when you pull up, and it's the moon is in the North Pole, where the day lasts 24 hours and the moon appears in only 30 seconds and completely blocks the sun for only 5 seconds and disappears. It's a breathtaking view. And then 6,000 people responded with a text. And then 70,000 people shared it. And then 250,000 people liked it.
The man got his engagement. Good for him.
We are a special bunch. And then his reaction was he picked up an additional 1,100 followers from this. He now has 1,300.
Yeah.
So he went from 200 to 1,300 because gullible.
Yeah, what else you got? Show me more. Internet guy.
It's special.
Follow.
Yeah, we gotta stop. We gotta stop. All right, we'll throw the break. People, come on. Wow. We'll throw the break. We'll come back. We'll get back. We're gonna need some Billy Joel Matter of Trust, because I think when you put it in perspective, it'll help you gauge going forward what's going on in the program, so you know how much Kool-Aid you want to drink. We'll find that out next.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealership, is searching for mechanics of all skill levels to grow with us. Landmark offers a competitive wage, full benefits package, along with paid time off within just 60 days of employment, as well as a 401k and a boot and clothing allowance. Interested in becoming a part of the Landmark difference? Apply now at landmarkimp.com/careers or contact Deanna 402-310-7561 or email careers@landmarkimp.com. That's landmarkimp.com. Landmark Implement is the equal opportunity employer.
Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends. That's the greatest compliment we can receive. If you've been in an accident, we'll get you back in your vehicle as quickly as possible. Our technicians care about you and your family and repair your vehicle to factory standards. We handle your claim from start to finish and provide a free loaner car. Stop by for a free estimate. Eustace Body Shop, just south of 88th and Highway 2.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
You can search online for hours to find the best electricians in Lincoln and the surrounding area, but I'll save you time. High Electric has been serving their customers for 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They're experts in everything electrical, from remodeling to new additions, hot tub installations, electric vehicle chargers or EV chargers, lighting, ceiling fans, and more. High Electric takes jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at highelectric.com.
Spring is here. Are you giving your yard the best chance at being healthy and green? Call Penner Sprinkler and Lawn to get your sprinklers ready to go for the season if they haven't been working properly. They're also scheduling installs for new sprinkler systems if you don't have one. So make sure you contact them early to get a bid as soon as possible. Plus, they're your one place to go for 5-step fertilizer and pesticide application and lawn aeration. Call Penner Sprinkler and Lawn today at 402-413-1215.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric ensures our home and office HVAC systems run smoothly throughout the year to provide maximum comfort and convenience. Routine maintenance reduced our operating costs just by improving the efficiency of our unit. Consider a maintenance agreement to ensure you too receive priority for services and scheduling. This helps meet manufacturer warranty requirements. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Southeast Community College is training tomorrow's workforce today with our nearly 60 career and technical programs. We are doing our part to help employers fill vacancies during this current labor shortage, graduating students with skill sets employers are seeking. We're also helping to upskill the workforce by adding short-term credentials like certificates in many programs so that employees can get retraining quickly. Learn more about upskilling with SCC at southeast.edu/academics. SCC, your path to possible.
Hello, I'm Charlie Stone, back with the latest news from Honda of Lincoln. Joining me now is the general manager, Andy Goodyear. Hey, Andy, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Charlie.
Hey, Andy, with spring right around the corner, how is your supply of new Hondas and pre-owned vehicles?
Really good, Charlie. As I've said before, when you drive by our lot, you don't see what you're looking for, just remember we have hundreds of new Hondas arriving soon, with Honda continuing to offer 0.9% APR financing to qualified buyers. Plus, we have over 125 pre-owned vehicles in stock and ready for immediate delivery.
That's great, Andy. Any more great news?
There is, Charlie. Honda just announced financing from 0.99% APR on certified pre-owned Hondas for qualified buyers.
So come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Coming at you live from the Coppel Chevrolet GMC studios. This is Old School, brought to you by Sandhills Global. Broadcasting veteran Derek Pearson.
When you find something that moves them, that makes them smile, celebrate it. That's your task. That's your superpower.
Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Oh, man. Welcome back. Hour 2, Old School, Jay Foreman, Mark Arnweiler, Ed Rico. And again, once again,
that trust would be earned, DP.
Hello.
Because you know what? You know why you could the consistency of effort after being like told no. Like, you know what? I trust that he's going to be back for you, and then finally it will break.
Right, like so the stuff that goes on break, and again, Mark just
I don't know what you're talking about. What happens in the break stays in the break.
Stays in the break until we go pay-per-view with the additional value content.
Yeah, there you go.
The VIP content.
You know what I did see during the break was Jay Foreman salting his watermelon, and I really appreciate that about Jay Foreman.
So that literally is the line between one side of my family and the other. There are the salters, and then there are the non-salters. And it is a battle. It is a constant battle for all of my 59 years. Whenever my family gets together, if watermelon is in play, there are two conversations. What is wrong with you, and why do you do that?
Salt enhances flavor. Which I assume you're a non-salter.
I am a non-salter.
Yeah, I figured.
But I also understand, like I've heard every argument for why people salt watermelon. I just have never been. So Jay, when did you discover that you needed to salt your watermelon?
Oh, when I saw my grandfather and grandma doing it.
Right.
So that was just the way it is. Then it tasted good, so I don't know any different. Then I don't want to know any different.
Well, but you know you could, like, since you buy it unsalted, you could find out.
It just won't taste the same. This is longevity, man. I like it.
So Okay, then let's have the next conversation when it comes to this. Grits, sugar, butter. What do you do?
Oh, I've had them all.
No preference.
No preference. I like them even different densities, I guess. If it's a little thicker or like a little. I mean, I like it all. Brown sugar in there. I mean, I'm good. I'm game. I love grits.
Mark,
I don't think I've ever had sweet grits. Now, I'm not opposed to it. Like, I mean, for me, like I grew up with cream of wheat, not grits, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm eating cream of wheat, yeah, butter and sugar in there.
Okay.
I've had cheesy grits. Love some cheesy grits. I just, for the first time myself, bought grits to make myself at home. So haven't done it yet. Looking forward to it.
Okay, let me know. Report back.
Yeah, I will.
On what you decide to do. Flats or drumsticks? What do you?
Oh, I like them both, but drumsticks. If I had to pick,
Mark?
Flats, but again, I'm not turning down a wing.
Yeah. See, I'm the dude that I'll look for flats.
Really?
I was a drumstick guy, but later in life, I seem to find more artistic value.
Yeah, flats have grown on me.
Right?
But yeah, so I like both.
Like the way you eat a flat.
Right now, but if I had to pick one, I'm still drumstick.
Okay, that's fair.
But flats is gaining momentum at a rapid pace.
Tea. Sweet tea or unsweet?
I'd say sweet tea, but I'm not. I'm not.
Lived in Charlotte.
Yeah,
and
but I'm not. I'm not.
lived
Yeah,
in Charlotte and Houston. Those are sweet
but
tea
I need
meccas.
sweet tea. I got to throw some lemonade in there because I'm not.
So you'll do the mix.
Yeah,
you'll do the mix.
Mix before just sweet tea.
They make that now, and they sell it in the stores,
Yeah.
and it is on the grocery list. The lemonade and the sweet tea together.
What's your ratio? Straight up half and half, or
more lemonade?
More lemonade.
I use the tea as the.
It dilutes the lemonade.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
the secondary.
Gotcha.
Mark,
unsweet tea.
Unsweet. Well, you're now. You got to look out now. So
Yeah.
you're doing the Farrell's 10
regardless. Unsweet tea.
Unsweet tea.
And if I'm adding lemonade, it's basically like I would add lemon to tea. Like I'm only adding it to flavor the tea, not the other way around.
I was an unsweet guy until I moved to Charlotte, and then I did not know that culturally it is rude to take unsweetened tea. And I remember the first time I was down there, Panthers post game. I asked for tea. Can I have iced tea? And she did a thing, and she said, "Darling, I'm going to tell you this one time. All we serve is sweet tea."
Yeah.
And I went, okay, that's a weird thing for a waitress to tell you. And she then proceeded, she says, there's a song that's the unofficial state song. And the song is by a band called Craven Melon. And I'm like, well, that couldn't be any more Southern than anything I've ever heard. And she says, and the opening line is a waitress asking, what do y'all have to drink? And the only appropriate answer is sweet tea. Because on the 8th day, that's when God made sweet tea. And I just went, I was holding the top of my head because I had to consume so much.
Yeah.
And then my producer buddy was like, oh, yeah. And he found the song and he played the song. And it's a song. And if you're ever in Carolina and you want people to sing with you and agree with you, just play this song and watch how many ever Carolinians are in that space, all in unison, sing
that song. Yeah.
And I went, wow. So that's what got me over. We have somebody waiting. Do we dare?
I think they probably dropped off.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think they dropped off.
Yeah.
From the text line, Tyler says this. He grew up in Nebraska. Grandpa is from Plano, Texas. I've been a sweet tea guy ever since. That's the South thing. Crowbait agrees with you. He says green tea or unsweetened. Curtis says flats are more tender than drumsticks.
Probably.
You're not going to dry out a flat, Yeah.
And then Clatonia John says salt or sugar on sliced tomatoes.
Salt for me.
I mean, I'm not just eating a sliced tomato for what that's
salt
worth.
and pepper for me.
But yeah, if I were, My wife's grandpa loves to tell the story of just carrying around a salt shaker in his front shirt pocket so he could go out to the garden, salt his tomato, and eat it like an apple.
Eat it like an apple. That was my mother.
Yeah.
That was my mother. My mother would make tomato sandwiches. So she'd take the big slice, mayo, salt, pepper, piece of lettuce. She was good to go. No, I was not that dude. I was like, Ma, you 2 fingers, Ma. I appreciate you. So, all right. So let's get into the topic that was trust, a matter of trust. And we talked about the quarterback room. Now let's talk about the receiver room. Is there anybody in the room that you trust, Jay Foreman, that you trust at a Big Ten West champion level?
I'd say right now, Trey Palmer, just from what you've read, and just his, I guess, ability or the way he's came in and kind of taken over the leadership role, on and off the field, both by his actions, words, and then obviously energy at practice. Being, you hear that he's pretty competitive. So I would say Trey Palmer for sure, and then everybody else is kind of wait and see. Is being consistent. So I assume Trey was consistent from the day he maybe got into winter conditioning and all that stuff to right now. So that's where where he's earned the trust.
Tight end room.
Trust Vokalek for sure. He's going to be a steady player, so you trust he's going to be there for all the right reasons. I think he's got a tremendous opportunity to flourish as an individual. As far as catches, more opportunity. But you trust, and that's built from last year. I mean, he was a highly accountable team player. The biggest thing is he just got to stay healthy.
The running back room.
Oh, I don't know if there's one individual, but I do trust that the coach is going to have them all ready to play. So whoever ends up being, the 1 and 2, I trust whoever that's going to be. And because it's too early, whether it's a new version of Yant, which is, you say it's got to be a new version of Yant because he has a new coach. So just like, you want a new coach to come in and start from scratch, a player that's already been here is starting from scratch, but Yant has done some things throughout spring to be either the starter or co-starter. You got Grant, and then you got guys coming off back, like you got Gabe Irvin, you got Ramir Johnson. So, there's plenty of competition. So I wouldn't say one player right now, but I would trust that the running back room will perform up to standard.
If I asked you to make a decision, is Ramir Johnson the starter, or is it anybody else?
I mean, I can't really say. I haven't been down there, but Ramir was pretty consistent last year. I think he surprised a lot of people. I mean, I guess the better way to ask that question and answer, would I be comfortable if they said he was a starter? I'd be like, yeah, because he's a guy that was a bright spot last year for the offense. A guy that the beginning of the season was on the back and forth, but he really solidified himself on special teams, being the backup, like a third or fourth running back. But then obviously opportunity came about, and then he took advantage of both. So I wouldn't be opposed to it and wouldn't be surprised either.
Let's go to the most important room in the program.
O-line.
O-line.
A little bit along the same lines, just because I think they're, you lose so much with Cam Jurgens because you're missing out on obviously now a high draft choice, but a guy that's been starting essentially the day he was able to play health wise on campus. So it's a lot of reps and stuff like that. So that's like the centerpiece of your whole deal. But I think I do trust as a unit. I think they'll play better and be more consistent. Now, wherever, who those individual players are, you don't know, because you got Turner out, Teddy out. Those are two guys that are going to be in the mix at whatever position to to be starting, whether it's, Teddy obviously back at tackle, and then who knows what Turner could be guard or whatever. You hear different stories. So you got to wait to health-wise so you can pin down on players. But as a unit, I think as a unit as a whole, and I mean past just the 5 guys that go out there starting, so even say 5 to 8 and hopefully 9 and 10 as well players, I think they'll be overall a better unit. I trust the coach tremendously because of the standards that
we'll get into
he's made of.
We'll get into the coaches. We'll get into the coaches. But with Cam Jurgens, 2 years of having him be the eyes and ears for Adrian Martinez.
Right.
He's the identifier. He looks at the first one there. He scouts the defense, makes line adjustment calls and otherwise. How big a piece is that in whoever plays the center position, whether it's Hickson or otherwise?
Well, you're not gonna replace that level of end game of where Cam ended last year overnight.
Mm-hmm.
Which you need somebody to come in and play and be like a better unit in that triangle in the middle. That means the center and the 2 guard positions. And he has to be on point as good, or if there's a case to be better than Cam, from setting the strength of the defense, calling out different checks and stuff for everybody to play in unison together. So in that case, that's it's a huge hole and void in the middle of your line. But time goes on. You got to be thankful Cam played. He has an opportunity to go play at the next level, so it's next man up. So whoever ends up being the starting center has to be on a mental side on the same level as Cam, from a physical and playmaking or player wise. I think he's going to have to draw in help from both guard positions.
So, this is where the trust factor plays in, because there's still so many questions. You can't trust what you don't know. And we don't know how they're going to line up. We don't know what combinations are in play. So, feeling comfortable in it, it's the same thing at the receiver position. I don't think we really know.
You don't know, but you definitely do know more than if it was a different year because of who's leading those rooms, at least from my standpoint.
Well, that's the next thing then. For each of those groups, all the offensive groups, those coaches, what level of trust do you have as a whole?
As a whole offensive staff.
For all the offensive assistant coaches.
Yeah, I got a lot of trust in those. All the
1 to 10, where would you put it? 8?
I haven't been around enough, but sure, at 8. I mean, we haven't even talked about Sean Beckton, who's
that's
that
that,
dude.
well,
So
that's,
I mean,
that's
he
the
brings
room,
your
right?
trust profile. I mean, that kind of gives you the ease to get on the radio and say, I trust that. Look, Whipple with his experience and the way he's coached, the way he's known as a coach, I trust that. Mickey, both as a recruiter, coach, and developer, I trust that tenfold. Donovan, I trust that he's going to develop and get these guys to where he needs to be, because I know him more as a person than I do as a coach. And as a coach, he's pretty dang good. And then what's the running back coach's name? I trust him as well. I'm terrible with his name.
Applewhite.
Applewhite. It's probably because I didn't want to memorize the name Applewhite because of the quarterback at Texas, a little Opie, beat us at home. But Coach Applewhite, the one thing I've heard and saw just from him, just in a little interaction, is that the calmness and the detailedness and his ability, I think he can ease the waters and calm the waters in that room, right? In the lead, and so I trust him to lead that. That's huge, because everybody wants to be that guy until either they got to be that guy or they got to be the guy in their own role. And I think he's I think from what I've heard in talking to him, I think once is just introducing myself. But looking at his background, he's able to manage a room very, very well.
I think that's a good jump off point, because I believe as a fan base, there's a greater level of trust to this coaching group than last year's.
I'm sure just because they've had.
Does it feel that way?
Well, it's
Like,
more
is
tangible. It's more tangible in recent success. Well, like when you have a receiver coach that has 2 of the top 6 receivers in the league that he just got done coaching and developing, and they just won a national championship. Okay, that's recent success with tangible production that's tied directly to that coach with Mickey
and
Joseph.
today's type of success.
Today's type of success,
like
how
the college game is being
right.
excelled.
Well, they
at
had the
now.
ultimate success where you have 2 first-round picks, 2 players that are Pro Bowlers, and they both were national champions, and both were developed. They weren't the guys that that ESPN was doing 30-minute lead up to what hat they were going to pick out of underneath the garbage can and then have a video and do it somewhere else.
Right.
So that right there, then you got Coach Whipple that has a first-round quarterback that he developed and pushed, and that's recent, right? And Pittsburgh had one of their best years in recent history. Then you got Applewhite coming from TCU, who's known as a recruiter, and you've seen his running backs churn out 1,000 yards down in there in the Big 12. And then you got Donovan that was coaching at the pro. So of course they would. And then when you lose, obviously you just the way it is. But like I said, as much as I can talk about with confidence with these new coaches, I don't want to take any away with some that left because I know they put in a lot of work. And now I do think that, I'm a firm believer that, the players could have executed better. And if they did, then we probably might not be having this conversation.
Well, from the text line, and we'll close with this. What up, guys? Jay, I know you had relationships with the previous coaching staff on offense, but did you trust that they could get it done? Is there something you're seeing that improved your trust in the staff?
Well, like I said, development, the ability to manage, the relationships that I know all these coaches will have with their players and do. In the way that the energy level is, the way that they're coaching, very, very detailed. And then you got the track record that comes with it. So, so that's 3 or 4 things that I see extremely clear right now. And the message, one of the things that rang, perked my ears up is when, you hear Nuri and Banks, when they talk about with clarity, if you're asking what your goals are. And it's 1, 2, and 3 versus, if you ask guys last year, they really didn't know. So when you hear coaches talking about we're going to simplify and let you play football, then that gives me a lot more. And this, again, I'm saying this and not, banging the last coaches too hard because I felt like, obviously I'm a big into the players can play better because I've always been, I've been in the NFL and when a call is coming in and it's not the right situation, it's your job to make it work.
That is a point. That is a point that is often missed. We'll throw the break. We'll come back. We'll jump to the other side of the ball. And we'll talk defense. Matters of trust. Levels of trust. We'll do that when we come back to Old School.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You know that feeling after a good, hearty meal? The worries of the world just slip away. Time slows down. Nothing but good times and good company. That's what you get with Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Mary Ellen's does food right with a menu that includes smoked wings, pulled pork, brisket, catfish, and don't sleep on their sides. Shrimp and grits, collard greens, baked beans. It's food that makes your heart happy. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul, just east of 27th and Pineland. Let them fix you a plate.
This is your High School Minute.
With your Southeast Community College High School Minute, I'm Gus Cottle. Millard South Baseball defeated Lincoln East 14-10 to claim first place in the Spartan Invitational. Millard West Baseball defeated Elkhorn South 9-7 to win the Monarch Invitational. Lincoln Northeast Baseball defeated Columbus 15-13 as Northeast Cody Bruss hit for the cycle while going 5 for 5 at the plate. Elkhorn North Baseball defeated Lincoln North Star 5-0 as Ryan Harrell earned a win on the mound behind 9 strikeouts. Waverly Girls Soccer defeated Aurora 2-0 behind goals from Peyton Ossenkopf and Olivia Hine. Waverly Boys Track and Field won the York Classic, where Sheer from Waverly won the boys 100-meter dash and 200-meter dash with times of 10.83 seconds and 22.1 seconds respectively. This has been your Southeast Community College High School Minute. Learn more today at southeast.edu.
Fruitcakes are just for Christmas, right? Gosh, I feel sorry for you. I mean, what if we had done that with bacon? bacon is only for breakfast. We'd never have bacon cheeseburgers. We'd never be able to save a salad by adding bacon bits. We'd never have Brinner. That's breakfast for dinner. Don't limit yourself. Fruitcakes for St. Patrick's Day. Fruitcakes for graduation. Fruitcakes for Thursday. Beatrice Bakery and Grandma's Fruitcakes are perfect for every occasion. Check them out in downtown Beatrice or online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum. If you need to sell equipment and trucks, Ritchie Brothers' new Lincoln Storage Yard lets you free up space at your property and get local access to all Ritchie Brothers auctions. Drop your equipment off and sell it online at any Ritchie Brothers auction, Iron Planet, or via Marketplace E. The yard is at 8801 Highway 6 in Lincoln. It's secure and makes for easy in-person buyer inspections and pickup. Take advantage of this yard to sell at Ritchie Brothers Great Plains Regional Auction on June 16th. For details, visit rbauction.com/Lincoln.
Junior, hurry it up in there. Honey, he's doing it again.
Doing what again?
Practicing for American Idol in the shower. I need in there.
Well, MemberZone is offering no-fee home equity lines of credit. We could use the value of the house too.
Add a second bathroom? Say no more.
From adding another shower to all of life's in-betweens, you're headed in the right direction with a MemberZone home equity line of credit. Learn more at memberzonecu.org. Restrictions may apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Do you want your date to wait for your interlock device to let you drive? Your kids to ask why you have an ankle bracelet? Or your boss to see your criminal history? Do you want to miss important life events because of house arrest? Get a ride. A DUI costs more than you think.
Brought to you by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric ensures our home and office HVAC systems run smoothly throughout the year to provide maximum comfort and convenience. Routine maintenance reduced our operating costs just by improving the efficiency of our unit. Consider a maintenance agreement to ensure you too receive priority for services and scheduling. This helps meet manufacturer warranty requirements. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Back to Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into Old School. Old School is sponsored by Sandhills Global. Sandhills Global is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Career and internship opportunities are available at the global headquarters in Lincoln. Apply today at sandhills.jobs. One more time, that's sandhills.jobs.
To go, well done.
If I can do one thing, it's a commercial read.
Hey, man. Hey. Have you become familiar with Tip Drill by Nelly? Is that in your lane? Is that in your?
I mean, I know the song.
Okay.
I can't sing the song, but I know the song.
I'm going to need your help as well. Now I'm thinking about it. So Lexi and Allie asked me to sing.
Oh.
And I've never, in my 30 plus years, I've never sang on, like, not on purpose. It's not on purpose. So then you got to go through the hard thing of, like, what do you, like, I don't know what I sing. Like,
You want me to pick?
No, like, I'm sitting here going,
I can do that.
Like, what horrible thing have I done to commit myself to this?
Well, what you did is you made every other athlete sing, and what goes around comes around.
Well, it does. So that's why I accepted it.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, they're gonna sing. Like they sang, and I was like, okay, I can't really just say no now. Like I need to go and do it. And then it was funny because a buddy of mine, I was telling him the story that, hey, man, I got talked into singing, and he goes, well, remember the night you did karaoke with us? And I was like, no. He goes, yeah. He goes, well, we did Rapper's Delight, and we all did our own part, right?
Yeah.
But he goes, but remember you getting asked to sing a song and you sang it and you crushed it. And I was like, I really don't remember that crushing anything. And he goes, you sang Diamonds by Rihanna.
Oh.
And I went, I don't think there's a way I could do that in public. And he goes, no, but it worked. And I was like, well, if I'm going to embarrass myself, I might as well embarrass myself. Like,
what I'm hearing is we got to go out to a karaoke bar. We'll get you lubed up a little bit, and I'll just record you there rather than doing it here in studio. If that's your element, we'll do it that way.
I don't know what it is. Like, I think I'm gonna do something else. But he pitched that yesterday. And it frightened me at a very like.
Can you give us a taste?
No. That's why I haven't done it. Like that, just with that look. You see the look that Jay's giving me right now.
I can't even believe what I'm hearing
right
now.
Like this is this. So Jay, if somebody said, okay, Jay, you have to sing. Is there something like Mark? I
don't know songs long enough to sing the whole song.
Well, but you could do it like karaoke. Like
yeah. I mean, I've done karaoke.
What's your karaoke?
I've done tip drill.
You tip drill.
I've done tip drill with one of my best friends who's passed away. I did a Luke Skywalker song. We want
right.
And there is video of it. And
wow, you're afraid it's gonna come out one day.
I've seen it, and I forgot who has it, and I remember. I was like, man, you kept that long enough?
Burn it.
I'm like, man, don't you need to upgrade your phone so they erase your phone? Yeah. So.
Wow. So you doing Luke? Okay.
But the first time I ever had to sing, like I guess somewhat in public, when I was a rookie in training camp. This is a funny story. So I was deathly scared of it. Right. I mean, look, I was picked at the 156th pick. They gave me a pack of bubble gum, a couple dollars, and a smack on the butt and said, "Good luck."
Yeah.
And when I showed up. They had 2 established starters, 1 guy and 2 like established special teams guy at the position that I was playing. And in 3-4, they generally don't keep 5 inside guys. So I'm thinking, okay, you might get cut to practice squad. So every day in training camp was like a national championship game for me. And the last thing I want to do is sing, because I'm thinking, because everything that I'm trying to do, I'm trying to get extra work after practice, get a full lift in. And so I had this plan, right? And I remember they were getting guys all the time. And I was one of those, but, when I was a rookie, is keep your mouth shut and let your pads do the talking. So, if I needed to go get pizza or chicken for the meetings, I got it. No question. I ain't going to, I'm not going to give you any pushback on it. So I was hearing about the rookie. They were getting rookies. Because some of these guys after practice, when you're a rookie, you don't get as many reps as the vets. These dudes acted like they was getting real reps. So they was just showering and just kicking it, right? Like they're on vacation. Like, no, I'm trying to get the work in. So I came up with this plan. I was like, oh, that's when most of the vets are going to eat, because vets know how to get through training camp. They had to, they're very, very business-like. Oh, so they getting these guys at this time. Say the cafeteria is open for an hour and a half. I'm like, oh, they getting them in the first hour. That's great, because I'm getting extra lift in. I could. You kind of get the locker room to yourself. Everybody's gone. You can get treatment and all that stuff. I'm talking about the first 3.5, 4 weeks, the first 10 days of the hard parts of training. I was just skating easy. And actually, I kind of was in line when a couple guys were going, because they'd only make a couple go. It was one day, and I don't know if Ted Washington caught up to it. It was Ted Washington. He had never been in there at this time. It was Ted Washington, Big Daddy Pat Williams, Phil Hansen, Bruce Smith, all the D linemen, and a couple old school DBs, right? And everybody, and it was real sparse, or it was a lot more people in there. So I walk in there like, dang, what all these people in there? Got my food.
Jay Foreman.
Ted Washington was like, hey, Rook, have you sang yet? I'm like, no. And only the song I knew was a Nebraska fight song.
Oh, no.
And then you know what's funny? I don't know if he's listening. Is Doak Ostergaard, like when I was working out here before I left, he kind of taught it to me. So I didn't know any song. I mean, because when I listen to music, I'm into the beats and maybe like the words, but and big singer. Now my daughters have heard me try to sing Michael Jackson "Human Nature."
Oh,
and
that's tough.
they literally get mad.
That's
like
tough.
that. They'd be like, "You got to stop."
That is tough. That's a tough song to sing.
That's why I do it.
Yeah.
Wow.
So when they were younger, they thought it was cute or cool or whatever. Now that they know what real singing is, they like, oh no, you have got to stop this. When are you gonna? My oldest like, when are you gonna stop doing this?
You just do it around the house or in public?
Like if we're in the car,
In the car.
you know,
Yeah, in the car.
yeah.
Song comes on.
Yeah.
They know. Oh no.
Yeah, that's exactly
Oh,
what they
no.
do. When I look in the rear
Oh,
view
no.
mirror, they look at each other like,
No,
these
that
next
was
2
my
miles are
stepdad.
going to
That
be
was
horrible.
that was my stepdad. Anytime Eddie Kendricks or the Temptations came on, I was going to get a concert, and it was going to be
Right.
awful.
And then they be tapping you,
Yeah, it
want
was
you to
gonna be
sing
terrible.
along.
It was gonna be terrible.
Yeah,
It was gonna, go ahead, boy. Go ahead. Help me out here. It was like,
I mean, I do that too, but with NSYNC. So
what do you? Is it in sync? Is it in
No,
sync?
that wouldn't be my.
What do you?
go-to.
What's your go-to?
I don't really have one. I've done like
Mark, you're a singer. You have a go-to.
well, look that my repertoire is so deep.
That's
hard to
what I
have
understand.
one.
But
Yeah.
you had to set the table.
I don't know. I mean, I've done like Macy Gray. I've done Alanis Morissette. It always seems to be the female singers for whatever reason.
Well, that's why
Like,
I see
Those are the
that.
ones with passion, ain't it? That's the
Right.
ones where they
well,
right?
Yeah, I mean,
Macy Gray.
we've already talked about how I get a couple drinks in.
Yeah,
and
Which
okay.
which
the passion
Alanis?
comes out.
Which Alanis?
I'm not gonna remember.
You ought to know.
Yeah. Yes.
You
Yeah.
ought to know.
Yeah.
Oh, you
We'll-
don't
we'll
know.
scream
Or
it.
ironic.
Well, nah, it was you ought to know.
You ought to know. So
Yeah.
you could scream a little bit.
Well, it's better than singing.
Well, that was the other part. Was like, do I go? Like, I wanted to go. Maybe I could go Kiss, right? The band Kiss,
Yeah,
not
right,
Prince
right,
Kiss,
right.
where you can just kind of shred. And
Yeah, yeah.
There's no real wrong way to
Right.
do it. But yeah, we'll figure that out.
You got a week?
I got a week. I got to do it.
Okay.
Next, I got to do it next.
You gotta
week.
sing the whole song?
No,
Oh.
they just the parts I can sing. I don't know.
You
It's
pick
gonna-
and choose.
It's gonna be brutal.
That's all right. I can edit for you. No
It's
worries.
gonna be- that's the worst part, is that I know that it'll be edited and shared. And my friends who have never heard me sing, who have tried to get me to sing for decades, are gonna go, okay, now I understand why
We got
you
Facebook, we got Twitter, we got
Right, like,
Instagram,
which,
YouTube,
right,
Twitch.
which when they know, they go, okay, now we understand why you never, like we never understand. All right, we'll throw the break. We'll come back. I want to get into the defensive trust. Do we trust the defensive players, who we trust and who we don't? We'll talk about that next.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Sandhills Global is hiring. Check out sandhills.jobs for more information. Sandhills is looking to fill hundreds of new openings in sales, traveling support, software development, web design, and more. Sandhills has a professional culture and is fast-paced with a focus on growth, innovation, and leading-edge technologies. Career and internship opportunities are available at our global headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska. Apply today at sandhills.jobs.
Shopping for insurance can be a tedious and frustrating task, but the agents at Brokers Insurance Agency will do the work for you. They have partnered with over 20 of the best insurance carriers in the nation, which allows them to do the shopping all for you. Whether you're looking for business insurance or employee benefits for your company, or you're looking to save money on your home and auto insurance, Brokers Insurance Agency has the agents and solutions to help meet your goals. Call 402-420-5353 or email staff at brokersinsurancene.com.
Hey dude, can I have the aux cord?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, do you want to play some games?
What? No, stop. I'm trying to drive.
Dude, Aaron wants to know what you're doing on Friday.
Okay, I'll talk to him later. I'm driving right now.
Did you see this thing on Facebook?
Okay, you know what? I'm sorry. I gotta put you on Do Not Disturb.
Wait.
It's hard to drive with a bad passenger, so don't let your phone be one. Visit drivesmartany.org for more information. Brought to you by the Nebraska Department of Transportation Highway Safety Office.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
Yeah, we're joined by Yoshi Hardrick, former Nebraska offensive lineman, currently a Winnipeg Blue Bomber of the CFL, two-time champion. What was it like going from the Big 12 to the Big 10 1 year to the next?
Well, my first defensive end was 280 to 300 pounds. And every team we played had 2 tight ends in. I was like, oh, we're about to play some football.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket.
James Enterprise Incorporated, that company that hauls your gravel, rocks, and material for your farm or construction site, says thank you to the people of the healthcare community for putting yourself in the way of danger to save the public. That is what it means to be a hero and to build a beautiful legacy. This message brought to you by James Enterprise Incorporated. For all your hauling of rock, gravel, and materials, call them at 402-432-6740. That's 402-432-6740.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Southeast Community College has learning centers in Falls City, Hebron, Nebraska City, Plattsmouth, Wahoo, and York, so that you can take credit and non-credit classes at a center nearby without having to travel an hour or more to campus. By taking online classes and those at a learning center, you can earn your degree from SEC where and when it's convenient for you, all at a cost that won't stand in the way of your education. Learn more about SCC's learning centers at southeast.edu/learning centers. SCC, your path to possible.
Back to old school with DP and J on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. I'm going to get the Who or the Pink Floyd snapped apart. Hey, Husker fans, leave them kids alone. All on these kids' Twitter page. These are high school students, college students. Chill out. Calm down. My word. That's brutal. That is brutal because they don't want to play for you. Wow. That is. They don't want to play for the University of Nebraska, but they have other options. And wow. We'll get over that. Jay Foreman, trust. Defensive line group.
You mean the coach or the players?
Players.
Well, I trust. Well, I mean, I guess you throw them all together because they're all coached by Coach Dawson. So, Caleb, Garrett, and Ty, I trust those guys because you've seen them play. So, and I trust Coach Dawson tremendously because of the work he's done with the outside linebackers this year, and he's has experience with coaching D-line before, and obviously did it at a professional level. So the trust there, really, to be honest with you, the whole defensive staff definitely trusts him. Barrett, Coach Shenander, Coach Fish.
That's a solid group.
It is. It's got a good mix of personalities. It's got a good mix of working culture and the mindset that they're all want to, be at Nebraska, see Nebraska succeed. And, I'm sure they all probably at some point in time had other opportunities and have all committed to staying here for it to be better. And then obviously you see the way that the defense has played in the last 2 seasons of being pretty consistent, especially last year, even though I'm sure that they dove into the really detailed details to see where they can get better. So you like them. I saw, obviously you've seen them develop players, over the years. With the, and if you look at, you can kind of piggyback obviously with the draft tomorrow, but you got, whether it's Cam Taylor-Britt, the high school quarterback, have him develop him into, NFL prospect. And you have the mindset to Coach Dawson, Coach JoJo, 2 years ago, not this season before, you saw him become more consistent, at that point in time. Then Shenander and I'm sure Coach Dawson and the whole coaching staff, especially on the defensive side, found a role for him to JoJo to be successful. And that lets you know that the trust is there, both the player and the coach, right? You got to sell it to JoJo to get him to buy in. You got to create a plan or a position to use his abilities to the best, or so he can, show what he can do. And then you had 2 safeties in Dismuke and Williams. You don't want to get them or gloss over those guys. And play them in roles and let them, be the best version of themselves for the defense to, to be successful and then they both made plays. It's kind of like a good yin and yang, Thumper and Dismuke, kind of a little bit of both with Williams and the guy that's, when he speaks, everybody, pays attention. Then you got Ben Stilley, who transitioned from a high school outside linebacker to D tackle, could provide pass rush and put him in positions to do good things with Damian Daniels and all those. So, yeah, I think the whole staff I trust. Now you got there's obviously some depth issues, obviously with the defensive line. That's not stepping out of bounds by saying it. I think that was created with guys, not using that extra year of eligibility, which I would have definitely advised them to do, but they made their decision. You wish them the best and so forth and so on. So you need guys to step in, and then Casey, transferring that to big hole to fill, but they got guys that potentially can do it. So, out of the front four, you trust those front four, Luke and Nick, you trust them because they've answered the bell. And then in the DBs is kind of a little bit like a room, like the wide receiver room, where you got Newsome, kind of like the equivalent to Trey Palmer. Then you're, replacing 3 other positions. Now you got guys that played before, but you got transfer guys coming in. You got young guys that are playing some heavy reps in the spring, or at least did in the spring. But you trust Coach Fisher to have those guys, not only the guys that are starters, but guys that are, on the second on the depth chart, be ready to go. So you kind of don't worry about it. At least I don't.
It's going to be interesting because, again, a lot of moving parts.
A lot of moving parts, but it's easier when you have the figureheads or the coaches in those rooms that this is not something that they hadn't seen or done before, and that they're able to get guys trained up to the point to where they can play effectively and play consistently on without a known player. You get what I mean?
I'm going to put you in a tough spot. Because that's who I am. You will handle it as you handle it. We've talked offense, we talked defense. We'll close this show by asking you: do you trust special teams, and do you trust the head coach? We'll find out.
You tried to get me not to do the last segment. You just tell me you want me to go home. It's cool.
You're listening to Old School with DP and J. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Shopping for insurance can be a tedious and frustrating task, but the agents at Brokers Insurance Agency will do the work for you. They have partnered with over 20 of the best insurance carriers in the nation, which allows them to do the shopping all for you. Whether you're looking for business insurance or employee benefits for your company, or you're looking to save money on your home and auto insurance, Brokers Insurance Agency has the agents and solutions to help meet your goals. Call 402-420-5353 or email staff at brokersinsurancene.com.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. It's soul food right here in Lincoln. Ribs, wings, catfish, coleslaw, cornbread, grits. I mean, I'd say it's food like your grandma used to make, but my grandma never made food like that. If you haven't already, you've got to give it a try. Check out their location across from South Point at 27th and Pine Lake, or find their food truck at events all over town, or visit them online at maryellens.com to see the full menu. Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Let them fix you a plate.
In every office, there's 2 types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday. You lost Wednesday. You're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basements? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank. A relationship you can count on.
Winds will still be rather breezy today from the south, gusting over 25, but we should top out near 80 with
Increasing cloud cover this afternoon. We'll see a chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms late tonight towards tomorrow morning, a low of 58. That lingering chance of showers and storms tomorrow, cooler with a high of 72. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Yo, it's the captain, Vershawn Jackson. Join me this Wednesday at Wingstop at 28th and Superior from 11 to 2 for Husker Sports Talk and, most importantly, wings. That's Wednesday at Wingstop at 28th and Superior, the official sponsor of the captain. Order wings ahead at wingstop.com. See you there.
Husker fans, your Nebraska softball team is competing for the 2022 Big Ten regular season title. There are 3 more chances to support your Huskers at home during Fan Appreciation Weekend, May 6th through the 8th. The team hosts Indiana in a 3-game series with giveaways each day. For more information on promotions, visit Huskers.com. Get your single game tickets now at Huskers.com/tickets or call 1-800-8-BIG-RED.
From selling a home to even building one, you're doing a lot and need a lender who can help you do it. Like Lisa Workman of Security First Bank.
Mortgage lending is my true passion. As a director of mortgage lending, I work to ensure you receive exceptional customer service.
Mortgage lending from Security First Bank. We're the bank. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. NMLS 505011 and 616196.
The best time to have your air conditioner serviced is before you really need it. Call Bryant now and schedule your spring air conditioning service check. No matter what brand equipment you have, Bryant's trained technicians will thoroughly clean, inspect, and test to make sure it's ready to cool efficiently when hot weather hits. You'll stay cool and comfortable when you need it most. Just call 467-1111 to schedule your air conditioning check. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
Back to Old School with DP and J.
Welcome back. Final segment of Old School 93.7 The Ticket. Appreciate you guys joining us on the text line, the Sartor Hammond text line, the Honoligan hotline. Appreciate you guys for getting us through the conversation. Jay Foreman has now gotten comfortable. He's exhaled. He also figured out how he's going to answer these questions. Let's bring in Rico. Rico has joined us, has taken over. How you doing, man? How you feeling?
I'm good.
Okay.
Just got some teeth cleaned.
Yeah. Okay. Feeling crisp.
Yeah. Sitting pretty.
So fresh and so
clean.
clean.
So my wife hates when I go to the dentist because it gives me a nice little shot of adrenaline, and I feel good about myself because every time the dentist's like, man, you have just perfect teeth. You just have perfect teeth. And I go, yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, you didn't do anything.
Thank you. You know, they have perfect teeth.
Your mom and dad did that.
Done took care of my teeth. They're perfect.
Yeah.
We're good.
And you're not in England. You're not in the United Kingdom.
That's rude.
Sorry.
Leave those English people alone.
Typhus. Typhus.
Sir.
So Jay has said he has trust at an 8 level for the offense. Mainly because of the coaches.
At an 8?
8. Trust level.
Was that out of 20?
Out of 20. So you knew Rico would come in.
Right, he's going to come in.
Yeah.
Throw shade.
Give me a level of defensive trust if it's just for the coaches. 1 through 10.
Oh, it's 9 or 10.
Okay, so you're pretty high on that.
Yeah.
Then that would lead me to ask your level of trust for this Husker team to, and again, the standard was Big Ten West, top of the Big Ten West.
Right. That's a hard question. I mean, just because they got a ton of, they got a
ask
ton.
Easy questions.
They got. I mean, that's.
What is your trust level?
Asking that right now is a little difficult versus maybe a little bit closer to the season.
Well, you can say you don't have comfort in it. That's fine. That's the level of trust that we're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I think I trust that. I trust and fully expect they'll go to a bowl game.
Okay.
I mean, if that answers your question.
What's your level of trust for a bowl game?
They better. I trust that they better go to the bowl game.
Trust and better.
Trust. No, it's the same thing. I
exclusive.
trust that they're going to step up and go to the bowl game. So I would say 100%. They got it. I mean, there is no leeway. So yeah, I trust that they're going to go to a bowl game. So I trust that they'll get it, going and potentially in the right path.
Yeah, Look, I don't think it becomes easier to talk about over the next
No,
4 months.
I mean, well, you got to think it's a next wave of transfer portal, X, Y, and Z. That's pretty much what it's because the roster might look different. That's the only reason.
I'll ask you this, Jay, for tomorrow. Is there anybody in the transfer portal who could commit to Nebraska that would get you excited?
I don't even know who's in there.
Right. Well, that's what I'm asking for tomorrow. That's for tomorrow. Like,
you get excited if you know that the piece it fits into the puzzle. If it's like, hey, this guy has some pass rush ability, he's an interior guy, he likes to play a role, then you get another guy who wants to play another. That gets me excited. Like, the days of this guy's coming and he's gonna be the next name up in the stadium. I ain't trying to hear that.
Right. That's kind of the
but
thing.
I think you can get it going there and strategically get some good pieces that will lead to a better whole. I do think, and that would get me excited because that means the mindset's changed. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm looking for, is that if there's somebody there, and again, you're not going to there's not another Casey Thompson.
At least not yet. Yeah.
We think O'Shawn Mathis is one that gets people
Right.
excited. But then
I'd be excited if they got him.
If they got him, you'd be excited.
Yeah.
But
Are you excited for the documentary?
the 13-minute documentary over the choice, the decision, part 2,
O'Shawn Mathis.
part 2.
The next one's going to be 13 minutes.
Well, the last one was.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it.
His announcing that he was going to announce was
When
a
is it-
13-minute video.
When is he announcing?
Saturday.
Was there a
Saturday.
specific time?
I don't know.
Yeah.
When the sun rises in Texas.
When he announces.
When he announces in
Because
Texas.
you have to, right? You have to
May 1st.
decide May 1st, right?
May 1st.
Got to make it a big deal.
Yeah. So, all right. All right, Jay Foreman.
All right,
Get
we'll
out
see
of here,
y'all.
man. Do your thing. One-on-one up next. We're going to spin the wheel. We're going to figure out how the thing's supposed to work, what this coaching thing is. We'll talk about that top of the hour.